Welcome back to another episode of Hear Us Out.
I'm your boy Jay Bizzle.
And this your boy Keith Jones. And today's episode will be Growing Up Black. Alright, so, we two black brothers,
We some melanated fellas.
Yes, sir. So, basically, we're going to be talking about, how the society view us as black people.
And the expectations that people put on us as young black men.
Yeah.
Alright, so for you as a young black man in the South, what was some obstacles you had to overcome?
I feel like one of the biggest obstacles is trying to figure out, why a lot of white folks don't like us. Cause I remember when I first got my driver's license, my mama gave me that talk, if you ever get pulled over, just make sure you stay calm, be respectful. Why I had to go through that, but a lot of white boys, they don't have to go through that.
Honestly, yeah, I feel that because, most people of our color, our age, we have to literally consider that every time we go somewhere, we can't really...
Yeah.
We got to be vigilant. We got to be careful. It kind of makes you paranoid because I know there's been plenty of times, literally, I'm just driving home, the cop getting near me, I'm just automatically just
right.
I lock up and freeze up just because, that's a talk we had to have at a young age. And literally, that's a talk that me and my mom had, right when I got my license, too. And, I don't think a lot of other races really even have to think about that.
Yeah,
because
they don't.
You got Billy and Trevor getting their truck. Okay, that's all messed up. but all the serious,
that's the way
they hop in their truck. They don't have to really worry about the consequences of getting pulled over or just stuff like that. And I feel like as a young black man in society, there's something that we always have to think about personally.
Yeah, that's the truth. And I feel like as a black man, you have shoes to fill early in life. My daddy died, so I was trying to feel shoes, grown man shoes when I was a little boy. I remember I was telling my mama when I was little, I'm your protector, I'm finna protect you. And she was like, yeah, that's what she was like, boy, what you talking about? I feel like I had to try to feel shoes as a little boy.
Yeah.
And she'd say exactly that. Boy, what you talking about? I'm grown.
Who you gonna protect me from? But honestly though, another thing too is the fact that as a young black man, we don't. Well, majority of us don't have that male father figure to look up to, what you saying that. And sometimes our role models come from, we talked about this before, come from actors or rappers or some kind of sports figure, because the ones we do have within our circle might be a drug dealer or something like that, or somebody you look up to might just be into some kind of crime stuff, and
it just may not be a good role model.
And I agree, as we have to grow up faster, because there's been times where I've been through stuff personally, like when I was a super young age, I'm just oh shoot, my young mind can't really comprehend what's going on. So I'm it kind of speeds up your mind process. We talked about that too.
Yeah.
And people, I don't think people realize how hard you have to work to get out of that type of environment.
Yeah. And I feel like another thing is, as a kid, learning what our ancestors have been through in the past. That's kind of hard because it's you got to keep your head on the swivel and look out for different things. Because, kids experience racism young, but they really don't even know because, they just don't know.
And, I agree with that because I remember when I was in elementary school, I was in, I don't know if you remember, but they had the GT classes, whatever. I was, literally one of the only black kids in that. And, as a kid, you don't really think about it until, you look around, right. I don't see my homeboy being in here. I don't see my homeboy Javante in here.
Right.
So it does kind of when you surrounded in environments like that, it does kind of make you aware. It's oh shoot, and you now looking back, I'm there was a blessing for me that I was able to take those advanced classes and they kind of steered me on the right path. But at the same time, it's that puts a lot more pressure on you because okay, you're the only black person in there. You gotta go above and beyond because they just gonna look at you like, oh, you barely made it in here.
Yeah.
Like, even though you are in here, you're not the smartest one in here. So it like put that on pressure with you too. Because I remember I had this one fifth grade teacher. I'll never forget her name is Fraser. Love her to death. Like, she pulled me outside of class because I was a jokester.
Yeah.
She's like, hey, you gonna have to buckle down and like get serious because like let's be honest, you're the only black kid in there. So they just gonna look at you and expect you to make a fool of yourself. So you gotta prove them wrong. I was like, dang, like I never thought about it like that. And she told me this in fifth grade.
Yeah. And it's funny that you bring up like school with this because like have y'all ever been in a history class and you a black kid in the class and they start talking about slavery, all the white kids be like
turn around and look at you like
what y'all looking at,
like
bro?
what that's supposed to mean, bro?
Right. I've been to put them paws to y'all.
I'm gonna show you why I'm black.
Right.
But like like honestly, it have been like a lot of times where like as soon as somebody bring up cotton, I remember it was an actual time period where they all brought cotton in class because it had to be during February, but they was talking about cotton gin and all that, and like they literally brought cotton to the class and everyone had to pick the seeds out of cotton. I swear to God, but that's the thing though, like
no.
I guess they were like looking at me like, oh, you should be used to it. Like I remember them making jokes like that. I'm like, bro, like come on, but like that stuff we had.
Somebody said that?
Yeah, like, oh, I bet you're used to doing that.
Oh no.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like
that's messed up.
Yeah. And sadly enough, as much Michael always give me crap because I do hang out with a lot of.
Right, don't say that.
No,
say that,
bro. No. On a serious note, though, my mom always taught me that everyone is different and you should respect everyone's differences. And by her teaching me that at a young age, I'm able to like make more friends with different ethnicities and different backgrounds and stuff like that. So like you can be Asian, Hispanic, or whatever. Like I'm cool with everybody, or at least I try to be. And I do tend to have like different friend groups. Like I have a predominantly white friend group. There's a group of my little essays over there. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time though, like I feel like when you're around a group of white people, I love y'all, but like it makes you kind of like, oh shoot, like the Get Out movie, bro. It's just like I don't know. It's just like you always just feel more on edge. For some reason, I don't. Cause you never know people underlying.
Yeah, because they could be joking and say something offensive. Like I grew up with Caucasian people. You know, I ain't started really hanging with black folks since I got to middle school. So I kind of know what you talking about.
So I mean, shoot, the first time I went camping was a group of white kids, one black kid there. But not saying that all white people bad. It's not saying all black people are good. Like it's literally it's bad apples in each batch. But
it is.
But there have been like more times like I said, it's been plenty of times where I've been the only black person in situations. Like when I was younger, I was invited to this soccer camp, and again, I'm a black kid there. I thought I was doing pretty good. The coaches was giving me little shout outs and stuff. Yeah. And it was a group of kids that didn't like that, and we went swimming because during the summer it was hot. And we was at Atlanta University. I'll never forget it. And I always had mouth, but like one of the kids was like, oh, you're not even that good. You're this, you're that, blah blah blah. You're just another black kid. I'm like, all right, well, you ain't good enough. The coach give me these accolades. Yeah. And me and the kid just got arguing. And then him and his friends tried to drown me in the pool. Like I'll never forget that. And like stuff like that is like it's kind of traumatizing, but at the same time, like people don't realize like certain people do stuff like that. Yeah. Like. I can't make that stuff up. Like that's something that I had to talk about in therapy, bro. Yeah. Like literally, they tried to drown my black. Yeah.
And with me, like I grew up playing baseball. That's my sport growing up, and sometimes I was the only black kid on the team, and sometimes I felt some type of way. But one time I kind of felt like uncomfortable. Was like it's not in regards to like baseball, but I remember I was in high school. It was first when Trump. Like, it was when Trump got in the office. Like, it's a bunch of white boys. They had on they little Confederate flags. I don't even know why they're allowed to wear it in school. And all of them was just in circles. Like, and I was with my homeboys, and we was just all looking like, what the world, bro? Yeah. Like, you could literally feel the tension that day.
It was a lot of tension during that time period. I ain't gonna lie. But I will say this. I do miss the gas prices from when that man was in office. Right. I ain't gonna lie. You say what you want, but no gas prices was lit.
Yeah.
But no, it was a lot of tension during that time, especially like with all the riots and stuff going on, all the like police killings going on, letting people like raiding the White House. It was a lot going on, and like there was a time I feel like as a black man, I was definitely on edge the most because like I couldn't go drive down to the store without my mom being paranoid. Like, you good? You okay? You made it there? I'm like, Lord. I'm like, yes, my mom good. Should I not worry? Like, I don't know, but it's like I don't think people really understand like a lot of stuff that we personally have to deal with. Yeah. Like matter of fact, I have to tell this. So when I went to inventory, did I tell you about what happened in the hotel?
I think so.
Well, like when I was traveling for inventory, we go hop from hotel to hotel. We was in some place in Georgia, and it had a Zaxby's right in front of the hotel, and I was like, anybody who know me know I love my Zaxby's. So I walked to Zaxby's, happy, had my food, about to eat, get me some more sleep before I go to the next store. And I left my key in my room. So I had to go back down, talk to the person behind the desk. And it was a black guy, then a white lady, an older white lady. And like I'm in line, and next thing you know, this older white guy jumped in front of me in line. I just kind of looked at him, like, what the world? But then I realized it was with the lady, so I was like, all right, that's cool. So the black man, they finished helping him, and I saw the older white guy just kept looking back at me. I was like, yo, what is he looking at? And like he just kept looking over his shoulder at me. I was like, what the world? And he literally put his hand in his pocket, pulled out a gun, and kept the gun on his hip, and like was just like looking back at me. I'm like, yo, like what the world? And like I'm literally at this point like, yo, I got a Zaxby's plate in one hand and a lemonade in the other hand with some freaking Naruto pants on, bro. Like, what threat do I pose right now? The fact to make you feel like you have to reach in and grab your gun and like make sure that I see that you have a gun in a hotel. I'm like, yo, like just stuff like that. Just like you never know what people actually thinking or like what they're capable of. Like, especially with all these random shootings going on and stuff. Like, I'm more worried about him than he is. That's what I'm saying. But like, people automatically look at you at like, oh, you're black, you're a threat. Like, no. Like, yo, I cannot be less of a threat right now with some food in my hand.
And some Naruto.
And some Naruto pants. And I'm wearing anime. That should be let you know right there that I'm not a threat. What I'm going to do? Like, Kamehameha your ass? Like,
here you go.
Like, what the world? Like, throw a chicken tender at him. Like, I'm not about to waste my Zaxby's.
Right.
Like, but still though, like, I was like, honestly, I went to my room and I called Caroline immediately. I was like, yo, did I do something wrong? Like, what? Like, it messed with my mind because it made me like feel like, yo, like, what did I do to him to trigger him to feel like he needed a gun around me?
I really feel like it just boils down to being ignorant. Like, not
at the end of the day. At the end of the day.
Because I feel like if like those type of, white people, like the racist ones or whatever, if they really genuinely took time to get to know a black person, they'd probably be friends with us.
Oh yeah, for real. Cause we're some cool individuals,
right? But racism, I just feel like it just boils down to like a parent teaching their child something, because I feel like
racism is definitely learned. It's not like you're not born racist.
Yeah, I feel like children just come out pure, like, they one of the most purest humans. Like, they can't do no wrong. They innocent. So, it shouldn't be no way a kid is racist. Like,
but also, let me go to say this now. It's also the group of black people, they try to play that, like, oh, it's because I'm black card on anything. Yeah. Nah, I ain't gonna I don't stand with y'all on that. Like, literally, your food cold, like, oh, it's because I'm black, ain't it? Like, nah, like, bro, no. Like, oh, they cut in front of me, it's because I'm black. Like, no, it's like, I don't know. I know, like, when people try to use that for everything, but like times like that, like the buddy literally grabbing a gun and looking at me the whole time. That's different. Yeah. That's different.
That is way different.
But if your teacher gave you a bad grade, like, oh, it's because I'm black, he don't like me because I'm black. No, maybe you didn't study, cuz.
Right.
Like, for real.
Maybe you ain't put the work in.
Right. But I don't know. But also, I will say, I don't know, kind of segue for a second. Another thing that I feel like you can relate to this too is learning to come from not a lot to slowly building up to having something. Like, Not like saying like you rich or anything, but just like having to actually deal with like struggle versus like growing like how we are where we at now.
Yeah.
Because I can remember times where like my mom be at work busting her butt like she always do, and me and my sister literally look in the cabinet. We find whatever we could to make a meal. Like literally, the strangest combination of food we had was sardines and cookies. I cannot understand why that was a combination we had, but like at the same time, and like we went from like living in an apartment barely. I'm not saying my mama kept us fed. Let me put that out. It was just that one situation I remember that's literally all we had at the time. But then like now I feel like we're okay.
Yeah. Now with me, like my mama, she always worked hard. Like I really ain't have to go through a whole lot of that. But the only the only time me and my sister had to, do like look through cabinets seeing what we had was when we was at our bit my house growing up. My grandma back then she used to have like 2 jobs. My grandma, like I get my work ethic from her. Like she used to have 2 jobs. My granddaddy used to be asleep all the time, so we was basically fending for ourselves. I remember one time, I was so hungry, bro. I went to go get a hot dog, right? The hot dog had gunk on the I was like, bro, like, I'm starving. I used to be waiting for my mom to get off work. Like, bro, like, no.
Bro, honestly. And like,
cause not to interrupt you, but you know how old folks is. That's good. Cut the mold off of bread. Like that's still good.
For real though.
Like
be
this
like, bro, man. It's like, shoot.
This has been expired for 2 years. This is not good, bro. Like what?
It's a can of beans from 1997. Like right? I was born then. But you said something that made me think too. Like it's not uncommon for like head of households as in a black family to have more than one job.
Yeah,
it's not uncommon. Like
Chris
Rock dad is like a person like he jokes about it, but that's actually a serious thing. Like my mom, I've known her. She probably still got 2 or 3 jobs now. Yeah. And like what the world? But
like one thing about black folks, we some hustlers. We go get our money.
Oh God, but that's the thing. Like most people don't realize. Like you have to have literally you got to work 2 jobs just to have the bare minimum.
Right.
Like that's crazy to me. Like literally, like I'm struggling now. Like with this one job, but I don't know. It's just like just certain stuff like that. I don't know. I also feel like it helps us appreciate what we do have now because, like, if you think about a lot of black people who are successful, they really have came from nothing. It's like they had to work their way to get where they are, and like they appreciate what they do have because they know what it's like to not have anything.
Yeah, I feel like that's my grandma because she been working for white folks all her life. Like she a hustler for real. Like
Like my mom, she would tell me stories about how they used to have, I forgot what she called them. I think they used to be like little whole cakes or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally, it'd just be like fried flour and stuff like that. They used to have to like eat whatever like they could be creative with.
Yeah, like my grandma be telling me stories from like when she was little. Said they used to get like a small piece of bread and some fat back, and that'd be their dinner.
Like
I used to like, dog.
Like I wouldn't make it on there. I didn't want no Zaxby's around there. I wouldn't make it.
Yeah.
But like, no, it's just like I don't know. I feel like for us now we're in a time where it's kind of easier to get by on certain stuff. But back then, like they were struggling, and like part of their struggle is like what helped them. Like build us up, because they don't want us to have to go through what they went through. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, like as a kid, like you witnessed some of the hardships that we had to go through. Like I didn't understand how to pay a bill, but one time, my mama, she hate with me and my sister missing it. But like, oh, remember that one time the lights cut off? She's like, it was one time. And like the only reason why the lights were off because like she genuinely like was rushing for work and forgot to go pay it. Like and like she didn't have money, but still though, it's just like. But also, it's been times where I remember I used to have friends come stay with me because their lights got cut off. Yeah. Like, that was it wasn't even like a thing to joke about. It was just like, oh, dang, like, I don't know what that is. I know I've been through that too. So it's just like, it's a common struggle that we're used to. Like, I feel like other people can't really relate to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, hey, you don't know how to do that. Your lights cut off. Like, I don't know, man. It is tough.
Yeah. Like, I feel you, but I really can't relate.
It's also like kind of difficult too, because there's been times where I felt like, dang, maybe I'm not going to get this position because I'm black, or maybe this not going to happen to me because I'm not black enough, or you know what I'm saying? Because like I feel like I'm personally, I make a joke about this on stage, but like, I genuinely feel like this. It's like I don't fit in nowhere. Like I'm too white, so to speak, for the black folks. I'm too white for the black folks, but to the white folks, I'm still black. If that makes sense. Like I'm like literally straddle that middle ground, just because like I'm different, bro.
You think so?
Like I'm granted, I don't know. Get on them. But nah, but like seriously though, it's just like certain times I do feel like I have to code switch, and I hate that because when I'm around y'all, when I'm around like you, my boys, and stuff like that, I feel like that's when I feel most like myself. But at the same time, when I'm going around other people, I feel like I have to turn that off and like be this acceptable person, which is frustrating. It really is. Like I'm dead serious. Like you joke about this all or something. I'm like, dang, like, you're no white boy. Like you're like I'm really not. I'm me, bro. Like that's just how I am.
And I feel like it's best to be you. Don't change for nobody.
Oh, definitely not.
Yeah, because it's funny. You know, like. Have you ever heard your parents talk around like they friends versus when they get on the phone with a white person? Hello, my name is so and so.
Like trying to get a job. Ooh.
Right.
Hello, yes, my name is Jerry. Like,
hello, my name is Key.
Yes, I was trying to see the status of my application.
Right.
like you get proper real quick.
When can I expect to get the job? I came in my suit.
You know, I'm just trying to touch base with you. I swear, that was one phrase I used to hear from my mama all the time. I used to say, it's like, oh yeah, I'm just reaching out, trying to touch base. I'm like, what the world? Like, you don't ever say that.
Right.
Oh yeah, we need to consolidate.
Versus when your parent get off the phone, go sit your ass.
Like, for real though. Like, it come from real quick.
Right, real quick.
Again, that proves it's like, it's something that we have to do just to be acceptable to society. Which is crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like, granted, I don't sag. But literally, let's say one day I forget a belt. I'm automatically look like, oh, you a thug.
Yeah.
Like, no,
I done been through
wear the belt
10 times. Yeah. I done forgot my belt.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The bridges up. I ain't gonna call out, but like, yeah.
You bot said.
I did. But like seriously though, like I was in that moment. I remember thinking, like she don't even know Michael, and she automatically assumed that he.
Because I was just playing.
Yeah, like we'll just mess around. She automatically, she's like, he got his bridges sagging. I'm like, that's not even Michael. So what are you like talking about?
I'm a jokester. I like to joke around and play a lot.
Yeah. He do.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
But if I don't know you.
Oh, he's solid.
Yeah.
Strong, silent type.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Oh, well. But, what is, like, something else that you feel like being a young black man in America, like, makes it a little hard?
I'm going to just say, like, based off, like, what you just said, a lot of white people, I guess, feel like we ghetto just because we black or by our culture. And a lot of them be trying to, you know, be a part of it. They like rapping to the songs we rap to. Yeah. Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, that's another thing too. Like trying to like you bash us for our culture, but then you try to take the culture.
Yeah, I just finna say that. Yeah.
Like I don't know. And like me personally, I don't. There's certain rap music that I genuinely don't listen to. Like I personally like if it don't have a message or something that I can personally relate to. Me being the white black boy, so to speak. Like I don't know. I don't listen to that. Yeah, right. That ain't my style of music. Like I'll listen to somebody like Mos Def.
Yeah.
Or something like that. People don't really like listen to stuff like that. Like Talib Kweli. I listen to even Eric B and Rakim. Like all stuff like that. But people don't understand that aspect of hip hop. They just hear what's been played on the radio. Like no, like it's stuff out here with deeper meaning that actually takes skill and like I don't know.
Like Wu-Tang. I just started listening to them.
Cash rules everything around me. Cream.
Old dirty bastard. Like they got a different sound, they got a different flow. Yeah. But now the rap music nowadays is just, you know.
Honestly. And like honestly, but it's kind of sad because like in our generation, that's really a lot of people. That's all they have to look up to. It's like, oh, this rapper, especially like if a rapper, let's say for instance Dre. Dre get bigger than what he is. Like a lot of people from this area gonna be like, oh, like he from where I'm from. I can't, like, not saying okay, Dre a bad example because Dre actually a good like dude and he's not like but still though it's just like it's just the power that rappers and stuff have. Like some people take that and just go the wrong way with it, not realizing the type of followers they have. I'll give you a perfect example. Ja Morant.
Yeah.
Ja Morant. Like I ain't gonna lie, he is a hooper. But his decision making is like, bro, especially being from South Carolina, bro.
Come on, bro.
Like that make us look bad as a state. Like, not even as black people, as a state.
And we already a small state, bro. You got to represent us well,
South
bro.
Carolina? Like, bro, but like seriously though, it's just like him doing the stuff he doing makes us look bad, but it also makes other people belong it, make it like, oh, it's okay because he's a celebrity, he's doing it. Like, no.
And he don't even have to do that.
He don't have to do it.
This man got a $200 million contract when some people don't even see $1 million in a lifetime.
Bruh.
Like, you don't got to do that, bro.
You
like,
know what I would do if I had Ja Morant money, bro?
Right? I'll take care of my whole family, bro.
I wouldn't have them Academy Blues.
Oh, no.
I wouldn't have them Academy Blues.
Bro.
But, like, I don't know. It's just, I feel like he's on a lot of, I'm not going to say what he's doing. Okay?
Under a lot of
but
pressure.
He's a young man with a lot of money and just, like, all eyes on him. I can get how this much, but at the same time, you got to think about what you're doing, young man. I'm saying that like I'm, like, in my 40s. I don't know, bro. It's...
Right.
It's tough.
It is.
I hate that for him, though. I really do.
Yeah.
Like, my man wilding right now.
Because I feel like the first time, people is judging, but for the second time, you got people probably like thinking like, this man is stupid.
I'm
He's like
you did the first time, we're like, all right, we're like, okay, you learned your lesson. But you did the second time, we're like, all right, dog, like, nah, this is you. Fool me one time, shame on you. Fool me twice,
can't put the blame on you. Fool me 3 times, the peace sign. Let it rain on you. All right.
I think that being a young black man in America, there are some hardships.
There are,
But at the same time, we can't let those hardships define us.
Yeah, we can't dwell on the hardships.
Or
we got to.
One thing I'm learning is how people view me is not always how I am.
Yeah.
Like, for one, I try my best not to like care about how people what they think of me. Like me being the black white boy, like. I've heard it so much, it don't matter. But at the same time, it's like, it was a time period where I like, dang, who am I really if I can't be accepted by this group of people or this group of people?
Yeah. I feel like it don't really matter how people view you, long as you view yourself in like in a good way.
We're just gonna wrap it up right there.
Yeah.
But like, comment, share, subscribe. Give us y'all thoughts and opinions.
Yeah. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
You know what I'm saying? Tell your fish. We're gonna start off with the fish this time.
Tell your fish. Tell your cat. Tell your dog. Tell your grandma. Tell your grandpa. Tell your auntie. Tell your daddy, your mama, your sister, your long lost cousin.
Word gonna get out.
Yeah. Tell everybody.
But we do appreciate y'all tuning in. Thank y'all. Looking forward to doing more episodes for y'all.
Peace.